Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest will be Teague, who will be fighting against Austin Lingo in the main event of Fury FC 95. Hello, Cam. How are you?
I'm great.
Cam, you will be fighting against a UFC veteran. It will be a main event. So, if you can tell me, how do you feel before the biggest fight of your life?
You know, he's top 100 in the featherweights in Tapology, so that excites me. I've been wanting to get a big fight like this, so I'm ready to just prove myself at the end of the day. He's just another man. I'm just another man, so we're going to figure out who's got it, who doesn't.
And do you feel that that because of his experience, he may have like has like some tricks in his pocket that he may surprise you with something?
Probably definitely. Most people that have been around the game a long time. I mean, I think he was fighting when I was like in middle school, maybe. So he's got an experience advantage on me, but I don't think experience is that much of a deal breaker. So at the end of the day, we're going to be just fighting. So
And it will be a main event of big promotion like Fury FC. And do you like that you are a main event of such a big show?
yeah, it's exciting. For my first fight with them to just be thrown in the main event, it makes me feel like they somewhat believe in me and my talents. So I'm hoping to capitalize on the opportunity and hopefully I make a good first impression for everybody because this is like a bigger spotlight than the normal promotions I've been fighting for.
Do you have more fights on your contract?
Yeah, I got like a 4 fight deal, but hopefully I can just go in there and get this win and that puts me in the contender series. That's what my manager says. Contender series are late notice call. So if I go out there and I fight the way I know I can fight and I get this guy out of there, I should, you know, be a one and done. But if not, Fury's a nice promotion. I got a lot of my sponsors are out of Houston, Texas. So hopefully if they have me back, they put me on the Houston card and I can sell a lot more tables.
So probably he's a like great opponent to get a UFC shot after this, or at least contender series shot, because he was a UFC fighter. He won 2 fights there. So when you if you will win over you will beat him, and especially if it will be a finish, you actually can get this shot.
I think I get it if I do finishing, especially if I knock him out. He's never been knocked out before. He got subbed by Nate Landwehr, but I mean, yeah, if I can knock him out, that'll probably put me in. Which I mean, we both like to stand up. He comes out hard the first round, really hard. More aggressive than the normal people I fought. So, but I'm a pretty aggressive fighter too. So at the end of the day, I think it'll be just a great fight for the fans and for UFC Fight Pass main event. A lot of clips will probably get thrown around on the internet from it. So I'm expecting a black eye or two, but I'm ready for it.
And as far as your career, you fought in like featherweight division. Of course, it will be a featherweight bout, but also in lightweight division, in and also in some catchweights bouts. Do you think that the featherweight division is like the best for you, for your body?
Yes, I always signed to fight at featherweight, but opponents fall through, late people come in, so I have to agree to go up a weight class, and which I started out as lightweight when I first started fighting because I wasn't really like cutting weight, as an amateur. But once I got pro, I tried to fight at 45, but a lot of my opponents were not the original person I was going to fight, so I just agreed to catch weights like the week of the fight, and I'm cutting weight, and then all of a sudden the guy says, I'm not coming unless it's at 155. So that was the one that I had before my last fight, I think. Yeah, he was just like I done sold like 10 tables or something, and he was like, I'm not coming unless it's at 155 and I get all my money. So I was like, well, shit, I guess I got to do it. So
So it's not like in the UFC that you will get like some percentage of his purse.
yeah, well, I'm supposed to get percentages of their purse, but I never do. So I don't know.
Before you started your pro career, you were actually very good as the amateur fighter. You get some really good wins, like Nakia Brown is one of the like examples of it. But in the end, you lost 2 fights. And why did you decide to go pro at that point?
Well, my Tapology, it doesn't have like two of my wins on there. I had a fight in between those two losses, but I did lose to Ingram in my last fight as an amateur. But those were like 9 minutes. They went all 9 minutes, and they were, if you were there, they were they were barn burners. So I was just like, if I can hang with those guys. Like Ingram was like the #1 guy in Texas. Omar was, like #1 in Louisiana or whatever. But those were hard, grueling fights, and I was like, well, and honestly, I felt like if I had more time, it might have went my way more. But I just felt like after those fights, my coaches said I was ready, not take no more damage for free. So, and like my first pro fight, it was a guy I already beat. He was like ranked #1 in Florida for a little bit, but when I beat him, he dropped. But we rematched, and that was a hard one. But then, after that, my next 2 fights were pretty like just cans, I guess you say, respectfully. But I just took the time. I got better, and now I'm getting tougher fights. Like my last 3 fights have been pretty hard, other than my last one. But that was the day of. Like my last fight I fought a guy that was 2-8. I was supposed to fight a guy that was 5-5, but he didn't get on the plane to come weigh in. So they literally flew a guy in like 24 hours notice, like Dan Ige, just to come fight me. So much respect to him for that. But I'm excited to finally, get my feet wet against somebody like Austin Lingo that's a veteran, been to the show where I want to be, and I'm ready to, prove myself.
And probably this kind of crazy things on regional scene happen a lot with you, or like your sparring partners, that there is a fight booked, and in the end you are fighting like a different opponent, like much bigger, let's say, with other skill set.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, that this is probably the like thing from the regional scene, that in the end you are scheduled to fight one guy, and in the end you are fighting much different opponent with different record, different skill, and
Yes, sir.
you didn't prepare for him.
Yeah, it's whatever to me, honestly. I don't really watch a whole lot of film on guys. Like I might watch a fight or two just to see what I'm dealing with. So they tell me I fight a new guy, I would just watch a video of him real quick and just listen to my coaches, do what I do.
And what was the like main reason for you to start a MMA training?
Well, I played, like high school sports and stuff growing up, and I was like always an athlete. So I was just trying to find something to keep me busy, honestly, because when I got out of high school, I started just working at the dock on the boats and stuff. And I was like, well, I need to find a hobby after work, something active. So I just got into MMA training, and now it's my job. So
And did you have any like wrestling or boxing experience before this?
never. I started training at 19, no combat sports or anything. So, you know.
So you are like from the new wave of like strict like MMA
I
fighter,
mean,
not.
I would say street fighter and stuff. I got in trouble with fighting. I mean, like I used to fight a lot growing up, like as a kid and stuff, getting in trouble. But other than that, I don't know. It's like a sport to me, honestly. A lot of people think like this is like life or death. Like we're warriors and stuff. Which I mean, I agree. Everybody's got a different mindset, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. I treat it like it's a sport.
And if you can tell me more about your gym, your main gym, your current gym.
Yeah, I train at Port City MMA here in Mobile. It's probably the best gym we have around in this area. I think we're the best gym. I got Jimmy Mills. He runs and owns the gym, and my head coach Mike Barnett. He's a veteran fighter. He fought on like PFL challengers and all that and stuff. And we got a legendary boxing coach Johnny Smith. He's coached a lot of people back in the day, like Alan Belcher and all them in boxing. And I got Blake Jordan, my wrestling coach, that keeps my grappling up. So I think honestly, I got a little. We're not like a big like super gym like Killcliff or anything, which I did go down to Killcliff and train recently there as well with some of those guys. But we're not like a big massive gym, but I think I got all the coaches I need and the right talent.
And do you have prospects that we are training with who can be big stars in big promotions in next few years? Prospects like you?
Oh yeah, definitely. My boy Blake Anthony, he's a 2-0 pro. He just went pro this year. He's a featherweight too, like me. We've been amateurs together for like 5 years. We really like train of each other hard and thrive off each other, I guess, improve together. We had Brock Weaver. He used to be in the UFC. He was like a little mentor to us when I first started training and stuff. And I can't forget my boy Logan Tillman. He's an amateur fighter, but he's there every day. He's there partner drilling with me. And he's gonna be good too when he finally goes pro, which might be soon, honestly.
It's probably a really cool thing from even your perspective to see your sparring partners, training partners as the good fighters, but when they become very good fighters, when they like improve their skills, and in few years when you or any of them will be in the big promotion, you will see that the really big progress that they made for this few years.
Definitely, those two definitely. We'll see them.
And in Killcliff, for how many weeks did you train there?
I went down for 1 week with Kurt Hollabaugh, the tough Ultimate Fighter winner from I think season 32, maybe, because he cross trains with us a lot. Jimmy Mills, the guy owner of our gym, coach, because his head coach and stuff. So I got the opportunity to go down there and train with him, be like his +1 or whatever. So I got to mix it in with a lot of quality guys.
So probably is like different vibe in this kind of big gym because you
Definitely a different vibe. The big mega gyms, I wouldn't recommend going there if like starting out. It's definitely a place you got to go. Like you already established. You can fight, you can hold your own because those guys will eat you alive there, man.
and when you are training in your regular gym, your main gym, you are in the training camp. Even right now, do you have this kind of tough days that you have like tough day before and you are beaten up and you really don't want
Yeah,
to go train again, but you still do it because you know that you have to?
definitely. We train hard here too. It's more controlled. I would say at big mega gyms, it's kind of hard to be controlled. You probably get run down a bit more because I got run down just the week down at Killcliff. So I was like, man, I don't know if that would be sustainable for me. I think small gyms is where it's at. You get the most one-on-one work, with your coaches, your Pacific people. And these mega gyms, they got all these top fighters there. They can't split their time evenly, probably. So, me, I mean, I like my gym. I ain't gonna probably be leaving it. So
Yes, probably the atmosphere in the smaller gym is like something that rarely happen in the big gym because of the disconnections with your like coaches. That is like probably hard to imitate in the bigger gyms.
definitely, is that definitely more one-on-one work. I feel like I get more out of it at my gym. Like I said, a big mega gym like Killcliff, they're great to go for like maybe a week during your training camp. Get some good sparring rounds, get some good looks, different looks, good wrestling rounds, jiu-jitsu rounds. But you know, you want to have your own coaches.
And when or if or when you defeat Austin Lingo in August, and UFC would contact you for the lightweight short notice fight, would you be interested in taking?
I'll go all the way up to welterweight if they want me to, just to get my foot in the door.
And about featherweight division, how quickly can you make a weight for the featherweight bout?
Easily. I walk around that under 160, 158 to 160. So I'm always on weight. I'm always ready to go. So a lot of times at 55, I don't cut weight. I just wake up, and I'm on weight.
So you are definitely featherweight if you not even 160.
Yeah, my some of my coaches, not all of them, they want me to go to 35, but honestly, one of my coaches, Randy James, he was like, man, that could be the difference between you getting, if we're in the show, I fight at 35, I'm kind of drained, that could be the difference between me putting on a great performance, getting fight the night, $50,000, and just losing a fight and not looking that great and going home with half a paycheck because I fought at 35 instead of, 45. I feel great at 45. I'm not drained at all. It's just like another day to me. So I'm sure at 35, I feel a little different.
And who is your favorite fighter to watch from the UFC? Do you have one favorite one?
Currently Justin Gaethje, but all time Chuck Liddell and Robbie Lawler. Those three, those guys, those were my heroes.
So definitely big names actually like Robbie and Chuck are legends. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And about featherweight division, do you like to watch the fights on this highest level in the UFC?
Yeah, I try to watch all the featherweight fights I can because I might be mixing it up with some of them. I hope to be, in the year or two, whatever I got to do to get there. So yeah, I watch most featherweights. I'd say obviously my favorite featherweight probably be Max Holloway. I just like his style, his boxing. I like the box too.
So probably you think that he can beat Ilya Topuria in their fight?
I think he could beat Ilya. I think Ilya is dangerous. Obviously he's the champ. He knocked out Volk, so I don't know if he can knock out Holloway, but I think that'd be a tough 5-round fight. I think Max could do it. He's a lot longer, I think, than Ilya, so we'll see if the fight happens.
I think that after the bout with Justin Gaethje, everybody, not even that they are fans of Max because he has so many fans even a few years ago, but now he had new
Yeah,
wave of fans because of this knockout and overall great performance against a little bit bigger guy.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Gaethje. I've been, a fan since he was in whatever that promotions like World Series of Fighting or whatever. I was watching him leg kick the shit out of guys, but uh yeah, man, I'm sure he wouldn't want to go out any other way than doing that. So it was a great fight, and honestly, Max just fought that fight perfectly. I don't think he had a single point in the fight where it wasn't going his way. So, which honestly, I think Max should, he put on all that muscle and stuff. Maybe he should stay at 55. Mix it up with some other guys up there, but he seems kind of like I said, like the thing about being drained and not drained. He doesn't look drained at 55. He looks drained at 45. So I don't know. Everybody's different.
I think that Max did so many great things that he should be able to decide whether featherweight or lightweight. He probably can do whatever he wants.
Yes, sir.
And if it's a question in the theory, but if you can take any tool from any fighter in the world and add to your current skill set, what kind of tool would you like to add to your skills?
Definitely probably just steal something from like a wrestler like Islam. Like have Islam's wrestling, that'd be great. Then nobody take me down or anything, or I could take them down. So if I could just, or Bo Nickel, somebody that has this crazy like wrestling experience, I would just take that from him. Which I mean, I'm a pretty decent wrestler, In the 6 years I've been doing it, my coach Blake Jordan, my wrestling coach, he wrestled in college and stuff. He's a black belt jiu-jitsu. He gets me right. So I'm catching up, Obviously, it'd be nice to just have it, but I'll catch up.
But with your level of striking and like submissions, it would be probably a great choice.
Yeah, I feel like my jiu-jitsu is really clean for MMA. I'm very MMA jiu-jitsu, and my striking, Johnny Smith, my coach Lovell, Muay Thai coach Randy James, Jimmy Mills, all them, Mike Barnett. You know, it's been a long process. You know, I used to just eat punches like when I first started, and I was just tough. I was just beating these guys off cardio and toughness. Now I'm lighting people up. So.
And outside of fighting, do you have like some hobby or passion that you can take your head out of MMA game?
Like if I could take out of the game?
No, like hobby or passion that you can forget a little bit about MMA just to be focused on something else.
Oh yeah, MMA. It's mostly my life, but I got some other stuff going on outside. Like I got my dogs and stuff. I hang out with my friends. It's just me. So
And I have one last question. If you can share like one goal, goal that you would like to accomplish in next few years, but outside of MMA.
like outside of MMA,
Yes, outside. If you can like share, or if not, so maybe it can be like MMA related.
I just hope I get in a big promotion here the next year or so I can pay my bills easier and get not better income for me. So this is my life. I mean, I can obviously I can go back and work regular jobs and stuff. I got all the learning and whatever to go back and get a regular job, but this is what I want to do. I have fun. I only have this one life, so I might as well hit some people with it, I guess.
Okay, Ken. So I really appreciated this conversation. Thank you, and I hope that you will get another great performance on Fury FC 95, and then other great things will happen to you.
I appreciate that. I hope so as well.